I'm all right.
What is it? What's troubling you?
Do you remember the pearl necklace I got for my birthday last year? Why, yes.
What about it?
It's disappeared.
Maybe somebody stole it.
Will you fill your gob full of chicken and keep out of this discussion?
I was only trying to help.
We don't need your help. When did you find out about this?
I put it on my dressing table this afternoon. I went upstairs just now and it was gone.
My mind, it cost such a lot of money.
I'll say it did.
Well, what are we going to do?
I'll go call the police.
Never mind, Dad. I've already called them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I want to know is, when did you miss the pearls?
During dinner, I went to my room and they were gone.
She probably lost them. She's always leaving them around.
Nobody asked you anything, lady.
If you're going to be rude to my daughter, you might at least take your hat off.
When we're on criminal cases, lady, we keep both hands free.
Do you mean to imply that I'm a criminal?
All I know is that it's an inside job. Who's that?
It's Mother's protege.
No wisecracks. Is that your son?
That? Say, listen, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I'll be hanged if I'll plead guilty to that.
Stop picking on Carlo.
He wouldn't have time to steal anything. He's always too busy eating.
Who are you?
Yes. Where's Godfrey?
He isn't feeling very well. Who are you staring at?
Just a minute, sister.
If I thought that were true, I'd disown my parents.
So you got a passion for jewelry, huh?
Yes, I got a passion for socking cops.
Where are they?
Most of them are in cemeteries.
Where's the necklace?
Maybe I swallowed it.
You mustn't accuse Molly. She's been with us for a long time.
Well, that in itself is some recommendation.
Thank you, Molly.
You're welcome. If you don't mind, if that's what, I'll turn down the bed.
Who is this Godfrey?
He's the best butler we ever had.
Oh, I'm sure Godfrey didn't take them, although we don't know much about him.
Godfrey wouldn't touch those old pearls of yours with a fork.
Just a minute. What do you mean you don't know much about him?
Well, you see, we didn't get him from an employment agency. My sister found him on a city dump.
Oh, I see.
Are you accusing Godfrey?
I'm not accusing anyone. I only want my necklace.
Oh, it's so silly to think of Godfrey wearing a pearl necklace. Oh.
Where is this butler?
He's probably in his room.
Where's that?
It's back this way. That's his room over there.
Godfrey, you got him behind him. Here comes the cop. Look out, Godfrey. Look out, here they come.
All right, lady.
Here they come.
Come in?
Where are they?
Where?
That's what I said. Where?
Where, oh, where is my little doggone...
Come on, snap out of it.
I suppose you noticed he's been drinking.
He has not been drinking.
Well, I don't blame him if he has. This family's probably got to him, too.
Do you mind if we search your room, Godfrey?
Somebody lost?
There seems to be a pearl necklace missing. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, let's look for it. Too bad.
Too bad for you.
I wouldn't be so cocksure of everything. This is a serious matter.
Well, the pearls couldn't just get up and walk away.
She probably threw them out of the taxi like she did last summer.
Just look under the rug. Maybe that's where I put it.
We'll do the searching, Godfrey, old boy.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, this is all very silly. I can imagine a woman stealing pearls, but what would Godfrey do with them?
Look under the mattress.
Yes, there's a dandy place.
Well, they're not here.
They must be there.
Just a minute, lady. What makes you so sure they ought to be under the mattress?
Why, I read that that's where people put things when they steal them.
Oh, yeah?
Say, what are you up to? I'd like to talk to you boys outside for just a minute, if you don't mind. I'm terribly sorry, Godfrey.
You see, I told you so. We're all terribly sorry, Godfrey. Come, Cornelia. Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry, boys. I want to apologize to my family. They're all slightly hysterical.
Yeah, we sort of got an idea what you're up against.
Well, now, I'd like to let the whole matter drop. She probably mislaid her necklace. As a matter of fact, I'm not certain that she ever had one.
There's something phony about the whole thing.
That's all a mistake. And if you don't mind, I'd like to send a little check around tomorrow to the pension fund.
Okay, Mr. Bullock. Thanks very much.
Good night.
Good night. The whole thing's forgotten.
Good night, boys. Now, just what have you got to say for yourself?
Aren't they going to do anything about it?
No. And it's probably a good thing for you that they're not. And there's something else I want to tell you. If you don't find your necklace, the joke's on you. Because it's not insured.
Cornelia lost her pearls and I've got mine. Cornelia has her pearls and I've got mine. Cornelia lost her pearls and I've got mine.
Well, here we are, Tommy. The village of forgotten men. How do you like it?
Well, I don't know but what I prefer Newport.
It's a matter of choice. Unfortunately, these men have no choice. Go on.
I still prefer Newport. What is that delightful aroma?
Oh, that's Old Man River. You get used to it after a while.
Do you mean to say that people really live in this place?
Well, they go through the motions. Tommy, observe yon structure on your left. That is the birthplace of the celebrated butler, Godfrey Smith.
Where are the ashes of Godfrey Perk?
Scattered to the winds.
Hello, Duke. Well, well.
Hiya, Mike.
How's tricks?
Meet Mr. Gray, Mr. Flaherty.
Mr. Gray, pardon my what for. I've been washing out my lingerie.
That's okay.
Hey, Bob, look who's here.
Hiya, Bob.
Well, bust my false teeth. Say, thanks for the beans, Duke. They got here just in time.
Oh, that's Duke himself. The beans was marvelous, thanks. We had everything but the cans.
Don't thank me, thank Mr. Gray. He's got a corner on the bean market.
Say, is that the same corner that Prosperity is just around?
No, that's another one. Hello, Arthur.
Hello, Duke.
Meet Mr. Gray, Mr. Bellinger.
You look as though you had a job, too. What is this, an epidemic?
Hey, Mike. Let's get going.
Well, Duke, we got to run along. This is moving day.
We've got to help some of the boys move their shacks. The dump trucks are crowding in on us a little. We ought to be in the river by early spring.
Sure up, we might be able to float by that time. See you again, Duke.
Right. That little fellow with the bundle of wood under his arm is Bellinger of the Second National. When his bank failed, he gave up everything he had so that his depositors wouldn't suffer.
Not really.
Really. You see, Tommy, there are two kinds of people. Those who fight the idea of being pushed into the river and the other kinds.
Well, after all, things have always been this way for some people. These men are not your responsibility.
The different ways of having fun.
You have a peculiar sense of humor.
Over here we have some very fashionable apartment houses. Over there is a very swanky nightclub. While down here, men starve for want of a job. How does that strike your sense of humor?
Well, what's all this leading to?
Tommy, there's a very peculiar mental process called thinking. You wouldn't know much about that. But when I was living here, I did a lot of it. One thing I discovered was that the only difference between a derelict and a man is a job. Sit down over here and rest your weary bones. Let me tell you why I wanted to talk to you about it.
Well, I'll listen, but I still think that you belong in the psychopathic ward.
Well, you may be right, but let me tell you my plan. And listen with both ears. I have an idea.
Did you and Irene have a good time while you were in Europe?
Oh, as good a time as anyone could have with Irene.
You should be more civil to Carlo.
Why?
I don't mind if the French say cherchez la femme.
That will hold you. Carlo always had such a clever answer for everything. Darling, would you have some coffee?
No, thank
You
you.
didn't eat any dinner either.
You had plenty.
I can't say anything.
You never do.
Oh, darling, what's come over you? We spend good money to send you abroad to forget an engagement, and you're worse off than when you left.
Her liver is probably upset.
You better take a liver pill
I
then.
don't want a liver pill.
You mustn't get so upset about a broken engagement. You've broken many before, and you've never acted this way.
It isn't a broken engagement. She's upset because Godfrey didn't fall down in a faint when we got in today.
Why should Godfrey fall in the face?
He didn't make enough fuss over her homecoming to suit her.
Oh, well, Godfrey's not the fussing kind. Oh, Godfrey, I was just telling my daughters that you missed them both very much while they were away.
Oh, yes, I did. Very much indeed.
We missed you too, Godfrey, didn't we, Irene?
Yes.
Thank you. I missed you also.
Really, so nice for everybody to miss everybody else, because then it makes it so nice when they get together again. There, darling. It's nice to see you cheerful. You do have a way with you, Godfrey. You really do. You know, there's no use denying the fact that Godfrey has a way with him. Well, we must be running on. Cornelia, cheer her up like a dear.
I'm a cinch. Do you feel better now that you know Godfrey missed us?
He missed me more than he did you, I could tell by the light in his eyes.
Why don't you throw yourself in the man's arms and get it over with?
Oh, you can't rush a man like Godfrey.
You're getting pretty old, you know. It's your last chance to get a husband.
He's really in love with me. He's just hard to break down, that's all.
I could break him down in no time at all.
He wouldn't have anything to do with you.
How do you know?
Because he wouldn't. Don't you try anything.
I'm not saying I will, and I'm not saying I won't. Come to think of it, Godfrey and I have a little unfinished business.
Well, you better leave it unfinished unless you want to be wearing a lamp for a hat.